Hey friends, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been wondering where I've been, welcome back. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, so I apologize for not posting for a while. But hopefully I'll get right back into it as I settle in. So I have some amazing news to share with you all today. And so I'm going to go through that a little bit as I do a flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks. And then do a quick talk through about some of the things I picked up in the last few weeks, as well as some of the things that I've made. So these are some Unpaper towels that I've made. So I'm going to talk through about the process on how to make these and what I like to use them for. All right. So, wow, it's been so crazy. I'm going to flip through, and someone actually requested a flip through of my whole year in my Hobonichi Weeks. So what I was actually going to do, and I think I've done this before, but didn't actually post it, I'm actually going to do a flip through of the first 6 months, and then kind of talk through about that in a separate video. So if you're interested in that and you're not subscribed already, please make sure you're subscribed and you hit that little notification bell down below so that you're notified when that becomes live. All right, so I'm going to try to flip very quickly to the last spread, and I actually don't even remember where that is. So we're going to go to the 29th week. What I loved about this are not only the artists, the stickers from the Sticky Club, but I found a way to kind of use these stickers to symbolize a big party that my cohort, my classmates, had before our summer break. We only get 1 month off every year for 2 years, so it's hasn't honestly felt like a break because some people do take classes, and then of course you have finals week and final assignments, which is part of why I haven't posted in a while and filmed because it just ended. So our classes ended in July, and then for the first 2 weeks in August we had essays due and exams, etc., and like closing out some items for class. So that's what I've been up to. So on this date here, we had a big feast at Korean barbecue in Tribeca, a Fidei area in New York City. It was so much fun. I'm going to try to insert some video footage of that here. And it was just great to see everyone together and enjoying a great meal. And celebrating for all of us. Everyone's going through their own thing. It's been, whether it be, personal issues at work, on top of going to class every other week. And because we're not always together, it's just such a different experience. And so it's so great to have a new set of friends and a support system through that. So it was great. It was a lot of fun. So I journaled a little bit about that here. And then I had a running task list on the right, broken into 3 separate categories like I always do. As you can see, I didn't get much done other than the random things that I have here, which honestly was mostly shopping. But I loved that these colors, first of all, it's tea themed, like coffee and tea themed. And I love that these colors kind of pulled color scheme or themes in from like autumn feels. So I got to play around with some of my brown toned or neutral toned Tombow dual brush pens, which I never really get to use, and some of my washi tape as well. So that was the 29th week. Moving into the 30th week, another tea-themed sticker sheet here. Let's see if I can scooch this up a little bit. So in addition to, let's see if this was it. Okay, so this week was crazy. You'll notice that these next few weeks are kind of empty, so I do apologize for that. I did make a honest effort to set it up, and so A+ for that. But this was the Sticky Club Cube Pack from July. July, yes, and I'm waiting for the August one to come in. They did charge me, and fingers crossed it arrives in time, but I'll tell you why in a second. So, okay, this week, I don't know if you can see here, I wrote plan for Washington, DC. So my big reveal and news that I wanted to share with you all today is that this week, I believe it was on Friday, no, actually it was Friday of the previous week, while I was in class, I received an offer for a developmental opportunity in Washington, D.C. So for the near future, and since then, huge reason why I haven't been active in addition to finals week for grad school is because I was offered this opportunity in which I will have to temporarily relocate to Washington, D.C. While I am so excited for this opportunity, it's very scary. So it's been a whirlwind of a couple weeks trying to get the paperwork through with HR, as well as just setting up housing, like where I'm going to live, what I'm going to eat. I actually moved from the DMV area, but I have limited exposure to downtown DC. So it's been really interesting, but if you guys have any suggestions about places to try out while I'm there, like restaurants or shops and things, I will be staying in Dupont Circle. So unfortunately, I heard the other day as I was doing some research that there was a shooting in Dupont Circle recently, so I probably won't be going out at night and being a little bit more cautious. Not that I shouldn't have been more cautious before that, but anyways. Long story short, I'm scared, but I'm excited. So if you have any suggestions, I'm looking at this plant shop. I'm going to be located near like a couple of Nordstrom racks I'm pretty excited about, Sephora's, and lots of coffee shops. So if you're interested in seeing vlogs of, I guess, coffee shops in DC, things to do in Dupont Circle, farmers markets, and things like that, temporarily relocating and living out of a hotel, make sure you're subscribed because that's what's coming your way. Great. So I love these stickers here. Back to my Hobonichi planner. These beautifully foiled, of course, in this beautiful blue color, tea-themed stickers from the Sticky Club. Absolutely love them. I found a way to tie it in with some of my Simply Gilded washi tape and, of course, my Archer and Olive calligraph pens, which they do have back in stock now. So I've been wanting to invest in them, but because I won't be here, I'm going to have to figure out a way to really cut down on my planning supplies, figure out what planners I want to bring, and things like that. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely be loading up my Delphonics pouch, and maybe I should limit it to whatever can fit in my Delphonics pouch because I do have limited space. So moving right into the 31st week, which most of this was trying to figure out all those details about where I'm living, what I'm doing, yeah, all the paperwork and things. So over here, I used some of that same Sticky Club subscription cute pack, tea themed again, but these really cute cows and I think goats. Is it goats? I think they're goats, but they're so cute. These aren't foil; they're like a solid matte white sticker, and they have little macarons here, a little cup of coffee, and then because I will be relocating. I've been shopping a lot. Mom, close your ears. And that's what I have here to share with you all. Some items that I picked up for my new job, for the new apartment or hotel, and also some planner supplies, as you can see here. So we'll get to that shortly. So I love that this time around, I actually kind of did something a little bit different. Went back in the day when I used to have a separate column for tracking weather. As you can see, way back here, like as far as December of 2021, where I very first started to track weather, tried to use some of my Sticky Club stickers to track like rain and cloudy days. Then I started drawing things in. Now I have my Zig Clean Color dot markers to draw in clouds and the sun, and then only tracked the temperature for a few days. And I also used this column to track how I was feeling, especially with my emotions going up and down with this move. It's been very stressful. And then for the first time in 2 weeks, I finally took a moment to celebrate with my husband. So I'll try to include some footage of that at our favorite bakery, as well as our favorite restaurant. So really going to miss each other. I am moving there by myself temporarily. So we just got back from having a little date night before I leave. And we went to our favorite local bakery. And they gave us a free hamburger cupcake. It looks like a hamburger because my husband asked wasn't if it was beef flavored. And I guess she said she felt really bad, so she gave us a free one. This whole wishing you were here or wish you were here apparently wasn't just for my few day trip. The universe had other plans for me as well. All right, so this takes us into this current week. This is probably the last one, definitely the last one I'm going to do in this video. The 32nd week is half filled. As you can see, I kind of fell off the track yesterday. But yeah, so I used some more of my Sticky Club stickers. It was from that same cute pack. I also paired it with some previous sticker sheets from the Sticky Club here. Some of my Hobby Lobby stickers, because I went to a food truck to have pizza with my brother. And yeah, don't overthink it. Or is that don't overthink? Because I'm definitely overthinking this move. And yes, life happens, coffee helps. Because life is definitely happening. What I didn't do was to keep up with my habit tracker here that I tried to tie in to kind of like brighten up the page down here. And then I used some more of my Everything Happens for a Reason washi tape that I picked up. I think it's the Recollections brand from Michael's a couple of years ago when they were closing down some of their locations. So someone in a previous video actually asked me about what Hobonichi Weeks I have, and so I don't remember it. I want to say it was like I want to say Louisa or Joanna, I don't know, but I will write it in the description box down below, and I just want to show you all what I have. And I also have it paired with just a very simple Hobonichi Weeks clear cover. I also do have a very cutely designed one. I can't remember, it was the one from 2022 that I bought, and I actually didn't put on any of my Hobonichi planners, but I figured if I get a plain covered one, this is a hardcover, if I get a plain covered one in the future, that I can use that beautiful print on it. All right, so let's, I guess, switch gears on into everything else that I have laid out here. Let's start off with the items that I picked up from the clearance section at Staples. This was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago that I picked these up, and they were these are Post-it brand Post-its or sticky notes, and I love Post-it brand sticky notes because I've played around with some other ones like the Paper Source and things, and I just didn't like the quality. A lot of times it has like residue, like sticky residue here, and it makes it difficult to write on once you start peeling, but also, yeah, it just doesn't feel nice. So Post-it never has that issue. This came in a set of 4. These came separately. I think they were all less than $2 for each. And what I love the vibrant colors. I love that it would just make it easier to track hydration, which of course, if you've been watching my Hobonichi flip-throughs and things, this is something that's very important to me. You can track other habits that maybe you want to write in here, your mood, which is also something that's important for me. I think I might actually do like a face here to track when I'm happy or like anxious and sad. And then I don't really know what this is for, so if you guys have any input about that, definitely feel free to share that. And then similarly, I think this is like $1 or less. It didn't say archive ink, which made me a little uneasy about getting, but I figured it was so cheap that I'll test it out. Typically I use this one, which also doesn't say archive ink, so this was from Michael's. It wasn't that expensive either, but this is what I use in my Hobonichi planner. All right, so let's switch gears and then talk about this big move of mine. So I will be living out of a hotel for a few weeks. I'm not going to tell you exactly which hotel, it's stranger danger, just in case. But I'm very excited to go down there. And the hotel does have like a little mini kitchenette. I'm a little worried because I'm not really sure how much of a kitchen it has. I do plan on bringing like my own sponge, buying a few items when I get down there. So I'm excited to go to Nordstrom Rack. Hopefully between them, Sephora, and like Whole Foods, I have everything that I need. I was planning on getting like a coffee cup, maybe a mug, just to feel a little bit more homey while I'm there, and also because sometimes I can be very, very picky, and I like things that make me happy, that bring the positive vibes. I'm thinking about bringing some of my handmade coasters just to share with you. I'm hoping to bring maybe 1 or 2 of these to throw on the coffee table, to put under my coffee on the days that I'm working from home. I wish I could bring this, but I don't want it to break on the flight over as a vase, because I do plan on going to the local farmer's market to pick up flowers and things to kind of jazz up my space and distract me from the fact that I'm living in a new city by myself. So anyways, we covered that, and then I guess I wanted to cover these 2 items before I break right into this. So my emotions have been up and down since I accepted the offer. I'm currently very excited and happy now that I have a plan set out. I have my flight booked and things. I have a hotel. So I think I have a lot of it covered. So at one of my down points, I was freaking out and I spent 30 minutes, very proud of this, making 12 unpaper towels using material that I had recently hauled from the remnant section of Joanna. For those of you who are not familiar with Joanna fabrics, they typically have a remnant section, and like I mentioned before, blessing but also a curse. I find I see beauty in a lot of trash, and so I like to give remnant pieces a home. And so I found this awesome fabric. I think it's utility cloth. I think that's what they call it. I usually pay full price for this. Usually in the remnant section, there's discounts, and sometimes there's additional discounts. So sometimes they run like 50% off the remnant section. So anyways, long story short, this was basically 1 yard. It's just short of a yard. That's what they throw into the remnant section. It was kind of damaged. So I picked it up. I sliced it up into random squares. Like I didn't measure it at all. However, let me grab my measuring tape here, my Cricut measuring tape, so I can give you an idea. I have these all folded in fours. I cut them up and I took my serger to it. It's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but this is really just to dry my hands. Oopsie, this is the damaged piece here. It's a terrible example. But I just use this to dry my hands. Once it's been washed, it gets nice and fluffy. And what the serging does just holds the fabric together so that the ends don't fray and just, create strings everywhere. So it definitely does the job. As you can see, it's not very clean. Let's see if I can find one that's not damaged and then measure it for you. So this one's not quite as damaged, and I'm going to measure this out. So this is about 14 inches by 12 3/4 of an inch. So obviously not perfectly square, and it took 30 minutes of my time to make 12 of these that I'll use probably at least for a year. I have these in white that I've been using for over a year at home. And of course, I was having a discussion with my husband because he's like, oh, I don't get to use these? I'm like, I'm taking these with me to DC. But yeah, so we were talking about, well, what do you use these for? Because he uses it for everything, like wiping the counters down. I was like, no. Like, there's specific on-paper towels that I made for that, that's a little hardier for wiping the counters so that these don't get stained. And so anyways, what I love about these is that they're an off-white color. So, they'll hide those stains a little bit better. As you can see, this is one of those damaged pieces here. All right, so setting those aside, the next item that I picked up, among many things, is this little lanyard, I guess you would call it, lanyard ID card holder wallet. I picked it up at Kate Spade at the outlet. It was $40, so more than I wanted to pay. But I thought it was an investment because I'm starting a new position. I want to look very professional. I need to have my ID and my cards with me as I walk around the building. And so you'll see here that it has this zipper pocket for cash, which is always, I need to have cash with me. So even if it's just like, $50 or something in here, especially if I'm going to the farmer's market and things. So I'll have that. And then I'll have my ID here for work, so that it can be facing out when I'm walking around. And then any credit cards or things I'll probably put in here just for security. I don't want it sliding out, but it has this nice lanyard. I thought it looked very professional, so very excited to use this. Alrighty, so lastly is, I guess, a talk here about this planner. Very different from my Hobonichi planners. If you've been watching my videos, thank you so much for watching my videos, but then you'll probably know that I've been using this Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker for work. And so my plan is still to bring this with me and update it as I go. But as you can see, the amount of notes I can take is very limited because of the size, which is fine because I write very small. But I also bought this from the clearance section at, I can't remember where, Joanna Fabric, oddly. And it's the Work Plus Life Happy Planner. And so it looks a little bit more professional. It's a hardcover. It has like these beautifully, like almost rose gold ring binders here. So it says it includes a 12-month deluxe planner, which of course I missed a month and a half maybe at this point. But I figured this will give me the opportunity to put it out on my desk at work, take notes, and keep track of all the appointments and clients and things there. So I have my Cricut scissors. Let's open this up. It was on clearance for $20. When it rang up as like $35. I had to go back in and ask them to bring it down. And then I checked later, or actually before I bought it, on the website, the Happy Planner website, and I think they had it on sale for, say, $25. I think they were trying to clear it out because, of course, it's a little outdated. But I decided to keep it. I think it'll also look very professional as I'm at work. Give me the flexibility to take the months that I don't need out. So like July, probably just July. Or maybe I'll leave it in and just keep track of the things that I've already started to look at. All right, so here's, oops, getting caught in the wire here for the mic. Here's what it looks like. I just want to walk you through it because this is my first time looking at it. Let's see. So we have accounts and passwords, which I probably won't put in here because I don't want to. They actually tell you not to write it down, but I think we all do. So this is very interesting. This is kind of like the future log. Is it the future log, or let me see. So in my Hobonichi Weeks, I actually use this for birthdays, which obviously I won't do in my work calendar, but I just wanted to show you that here. So I use it for birthdays, so it's very similar to this. I really like that. So we have them at 6 months, and then we have these dividers for each month, and it's like this beautiful rose gold foiling, sorry. So pretty. And I think there's stickers in the back, but we'll just flip through it. So in the front, there's the month at a glance, or a monthly layout here, and it has June and August as well, which is great for planning. And then it has a kind of to-do list for the month for each month here. Things to focus on, important dates. Ooh, I like that. Goals and notes page, as well as the weekly layouts. Love that. And then lastly, today can be your day. Ooh, look at that. There's some stickers back here. So I also think I have some note pages. So what I might do is may or may not take out August. What I could do is use those August pages. Ooh, and there's a folio. Okay. Take the August pages and use them as note pages, or I could take them out and swap them with some note papers that I picked up on clearance during one of my previous hauls. And then we have some stickers here for little like dot stickers. These are solid matte white. They're right. And I probably do need to take one of my Happy Planner sticker books with me. So I don't know where I'm gonna find space for all this stuff. I could probably fill a whole separate carry-on luggage with all of my planner supplies, which I will not be doing. But yeah, so lastly is this 2-pocket folder in the back. Alrighty friends, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. I very much appreciate your time, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, I would so very much appreciate it if you let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Until next time, bye everyone.